5 things that aren't as modern as you may think. Number 5. People had flushing toilets 4,000 years ago. Pooping is the first-rate equalizer of humanity. Rich or negative, effective or meek, you'll have to poop and it's going to stink. Even today, at some point of huge quantities of the sector, a few countries still battle with the logistics of waste control and maintaining their groups safe from the sickness and vermin that come from now not well getting rid of their poops. But if you take a look at the civilization of the Indus River Valley, you'll locate something thrilling. Dating all of the way again to 2000 BC, archaeologists have located that not only do the homes inside the location have the remnants of personal lavatories, additionally they sported piping and septic tanks to carry away and save their waste until an employee should come and smooth them out. 4,000 years in the past, and that they have been running with an albeit crude yet powerful manner to preserve their cities unfastened from the looming risk of poo. Number 4. Oreos predate chocolate chip cookies by a lot. Homemade chocolate chip cookies are a staple in American homes. Nothing is greater, classic and timeless within the baking global than a fresh chocolate chip made with love. And inside the minds of the general public, they couldn't believe we're international, in which chocolate chip cookies weren't a thing. For an entire generation of children though, that was a matter of fact. You see, the first chocolate chip cookie recipe wasn't posted until 1938, less than 100 years in the past. While that might not be the maximum shocking thing to pay attention, the mass-produced sleeves of Oreos you notice on safe shelves nowadays had been in production when you consider that 1912, 26 entire years earlier than the first chocolate chip cookie become baked. Such a big hole of time that human beings grew up and had youngsters of their own, with most effective Oreos as their cookie of preference. Number 3. Touchscreen displays existed with black and white TVs. Pretty a good deal all of us has a hint display screen computer in some shape these days. Whether or not it's a tablet or smart telephone, you're the use of your fingers to interact with it as opposed to pressing buttons. While public contact screens possibly aren't the nice component in society proper now with the pandemic raging, it feels like a fairly new component in the public conscious of direction. That isn't the case. The first touch display changed into truly patented all the way lower back in 1965. Extra than half of a century ago. Called a capacitive touchscreen, it used disruptions within the display's electric-powered feed to read wherein a finger turned into making touch with it and input it as a command. Amazingly sufficient. This era remains utilized in maximum phone and tablets today. It's more delicate with such things as multi-contact presentations, but the concept continues to be the same. Number 2. First and foremost, we need beer. It's no longer a stretch to imagine that beer is an old introduction. Most tales throughout history contain characters getting drunk and partying to avoid the crushing reality that lifestyles changed into on the time, and who may want to blame them? They didn't have contact displays and bathrooms yet. Beer is so much older than you'd assume, though. So a good deal older in fact. Humanity discovered a way to get drunk before they discovered how to correctly system bread. Relying for your definition of it, while evidence exists that humans have been not less than grinding up wheat and seeds 20,000 years in the past, it isn't recognized precisely what humans had been doing with them. The first real recognized recipe for something similar to bread popped up around 1000 BC in Egypt. That's extra than 4,000 years after the first recipe for beer became written. 4,000 years of humans getting sloshed and ingesting grains before someone determined to strive a little more difficult. Number 1. The first contact really sucked. Eyeglasses were around for a long time and there's no stretch there. However, you is probably surprised to hear that eye contacts have been first produced all the way again inside the overdue 1800s for well-known use. That might be complicated to you due to the fact that plastics wouldn't be in mass manufacturing for quite a while nevertheless, so how ought a contacts exist so early? The solution, horrifyingly, became that they were fabricated from glass. And because there has been no manner to get the proper shape of the iris, the glass contact needed to cowl the whole eye, since glass doesn't breathe nicely. This meant that anyone sporting a contact become in regular pain as their eyes literally suffocated beneath the glass. For a long time human beings might take cocaine eye drops to stupid the pain of their contacts earlier than higher, thinner materials came into use. It virtually makes you surprise. Why no longer just put on eyeglasses? Like us, subscribe our channel and share.